Últimamente te sientes cansado, emocionalmente agotado. Como si algo dentro de ti estuviera perdiendo fuerza cada día. Tal vez el problema no es tu vida. Tal vez el problema es la gente a la que le estás dando tu energía. Personas que solo aparecen cuando te necesitan, personas que escuchan tus palabras pero nunca valoran tu corazón. Y la verdad más dura es esta: no todos merecen tu tiempo, no todos merecen tu atención y definitivamente no todos merecen tu energía. En este video vas a descubrir una lección que puede cambiar tu forma de ver a las personas y proteger tu paz interior. There is a truth many people discover too late in life, and when they finally understand it, everything begins to change. Simple, but powerful. Not everyone deserves your energy. Your energy is one of the most valuable things you have. It is your time, your emotion, your focus, your attention. It is your spirit. And the problem is that many of us spend years giving that energy away to people who were never meant to carry it. We give our attention to people who criticize us, our kindness to people who disrespect us, and our loyalty to people who disappear when we need them the most. And slowly, without realizing it, they begin to drain us. Have you ever felt exhausted after talking to someone? Have you ever noticed how certain people leave you feeling heavy, doubtful, or even smaller than you were before? That is not coincidence. That is what happens when you give your energy to people who were never meant to receive it. Not everyone who enters your life comes with good intentions. Some people come only to test your patience. Some come to challenge your strength. And some come only to take without ever giving anything in return. And the mistake many people make is believing they must be available for everyone. They believe they must say yes to every request, listen to every complaint, solve a problem, and carry every emotional burden that someone else places on their shoulders. But there is a powerful truth. Protecting your energy is not selfish. It is necessary. You cannot build a peaceful life if you constantly allow chaos to enter your mind. You cannot grow if you surround yourself with people who only remind you of your limits instead of your potential. You cannot move forward if you are always stopping to carry people who refuse to walk on their own. Sometimes the strongest thing you can do is step back. Step back from negativity. Step back from toxic conversation. Step back from people who only remember you when they need something. Because maturity is not about pleasing everyone around you. Real maturity is learning who deserves your presence and who does not. People in this world who will celebrate your success, encourage your growth, and respect your peace. Those people deserve your energy. Those people deserve your time. But there are also people who will doubt you, criticize you, and try to pull you back into the same place you fought so hard to escape. And the more energy you give them, the more power you give them over your life. You must learn to choose wisely. Every day, you wake up with a limited amount of energy. The question is simple: where will you invest it? Will you spend it trying to convince people who have already decided to misunderstand you? Will you waste it arguing with those who enjoy conflict more than growth? Will you invest it in your dreams, your purpose, and the people who truly support your journey? Because the reality is this: you cannot change everyone. You cannot fix everyone. And you are not responsible for carrying the weight of every person who enters your life. Your responsibility is to protect your peace. And sometimes protecting your peace requires difficult decisions. Sometimes it means creating distance. Sometimes it means saying no. And sometimes it means walking away from people you once cared about deeply. Not because you hate them, but because you finally learned to love yourself enough to stop sacrificing from your peace. Remember this: your energy is like fuel. Every conversation, every relationship, every situation either adds to the fuel or slowly burns it away. So be careful where you invest it. Give your energy to your dreams. Give your energy to your growth. Give your energy to the people who believe in you, who respect you, and who want to see you rise. And stop giving it to those who only appear to take pieces of you without ever giving anything back. Because the moment you begin protecting your energy, something incredible happens. Your mind becomes clearer. Your focus becomes stronger. Your life becomes lighter. And suddenly, you realize that peace was never something you had to search for in the world. It was something you simply had to protect. So never forget this. Not everyone deserves your attention. Not everyone deserves your time. And not everyone deserves your energy. And the day you truly understand that will be the day your life begins to transform. Your energy is sacred. It is one of the most valuable gifts you carry within you. It is not just the strength in your body or the thoughts in your mind. It is the invisible force that shapes your attitude, your emotions, your decisions, the way you move through life. It allows you to wake up with purpose, to chase your dreams, to love deeply, and to face the challenges that life places in front of you. Without it, even the greatest opportunities lose their meaning. Yet, many people live as if their energy has no value. They give it away freely to every situation, every argument, every negative voice, and every person who demands their attention. They spend hours worrying about opinions that do not matter, trying to prove themselves to people who have already chosen not to understand them. And little by little, a sacred energy begins to fade. The truth is that your energy was never meant to be wasted on things that drain your spirit. It was meant to be invested in the things that help you grow, the things that inspire you, and the people who truly value your presence. Every moment you spend feeding negativity, complaining, or trying to satisfy people who are impossible to please, you are taking that energy away from your own dreams. Think about it for a moment. Every day you wake up with a limited amount of emotional, mental energy. Y amor, you cannot create more hours in the day, and you cannot endlessly refill your strength if it is constantly being drained. This is why protecting your energy is not an act of selfishness. It is an act of wisdom. When you understand that your energy is sacred, you begin to move differently. You stop reacting to every criticism. You stop participating in every conflict. You stop giving explanations to people who are not truly interested in listening. Instead, you start choosing where your attention goes. You start choosing which conversations deserve your time and which ones do not. Begin to notice something powerful. The people around you affect your energy more than you realize. Some people bring light into your life. Their presence motivates you. Their presence motivates you, and their support reminds you that you are capable more than you think. But there are also people whose presence does the opposite. They bring doubt, negativity, and constante negativity. Rama, that slowly drains your spirit out. When you truly respect your energy, you become more intentional about who you allow into your inner world. You understand that not everyone deserves access to your thoughts, your emotions, or your peace. Because someone is present in your life does not mean they should have unlimited influence over it. Protecting your energy also means learning to let go of unnecessary burdens. Many people carry the weight of problems that are not theirs to solve. Responsible for fixing everyone's struggles, for responding to every demand, for pleasing everyone around them. But this constant pressure slowly exhausts the soul. Or deriva en el ocasión, deriva en el consumes while you are left empty. It is meant to fuel your growth, your creativity, and your purpose. It is the power that allows you to move forward even when life becomes difficult. When you start treating your energy as sacred, you begin to value your peace more than temporary approval. Stop wasting your strength trying to fit into spaces that were never meant for you. Instead, you invest your energy in building a life that aligns with who you truly are. Beautiful begins to happen when you do this. Your mind becomes calmer, your focus becomes sharper, your heart becomes lighter. You begin to feel more present in your own life because you are no longer scattering your energy in 100 different directions. Recade, Bernardo dissolves. Your energy shapes your reality. The way you think, the people you surround yourself with, and the choices you make will either strengthen that energy or slowly drain it away. So guard it carefully. Protect it with intention. Invest it in your growth, your dreams, and the people who truly appreciate the light you bring into their lives. Because once you realize that your energy is sacred, you stop with it. You begin to honor it, respect it, and protect it. And in doing so, you give yourself the power to build a life filled with purpose, clarity, and peace. Not everyone deserves access to you. Your mind, your heart, your time, and your emotions are not open for anyone to take at will. Just because someone asks for your attention or demands your presence does not mean they are entitled to it. Way of testing us and often. The people who seek the most from us are not the ones who truly care about our well-being. Some are only interested in what they can take, in what they can gain, in how they can satisfy their own needs, without ever considering yours. Every interaction has a cost, even if it is invisible. Every conversation, every relationship, every conversation takes a piece of your energy. And if you allow everyone, and streetares to that energy, you risk losing yourself in the process. You risk becoming a person defined not by your dreams, your values, or your purpose, but by the endless demands and expectations of others. It is easy to be generous with yourself at first. We naturally want to be present, to be loved, and to feel needed. But generosity without discernment can become self-destruction. When you give your time and energy to someone who does not respect it, when you share your heart with someone who does not appreciate it, you are not building connections. You are leaking your power. Amor y la note, everyone is meant to walk beside you in your journey. Some people will only slow you down. Some will question your decisions, belittle your achievements, or fill your mind with doubt. Some will be happy only when you struggle, not when you succeed. And yet, we often allow them into our lives thinking that being available or agreeable is a virtue. The truth is, protecting your access is not arrogance or selfishness. It is doom. It is the recognition that your inner world is precious and that only those who truly value you, respect you, and uplift you deserve to be part of it. So choose who gets close is not about building walls. It is about building clarity, peace, and focus. When you set boundaries, you teach the world how to treat you. You show that your time is not cheap, that your energy is not infinite, and that your heart is not a resource to be exploited. Or who respect your limits are the ones who deserve your attention. Those who honor your presence are the ones who deserve your attention. Deliberating part. The moment you realize not everyone deserves access to you, you stop bending to fit into spaces that were never meant for you. You stop carrying burdens that are not yours. You stop trying to please those who will never be pleased. In in that space, your energy is no longer scattered. It becomes focused, powerful, and intentional. You begin to see the difference between people who want your presence and people who want your approval. You learn to recognize those who add value to your life versus those who only take from it. And as you learn this, you discover that life becomes lighter, decisions become clearer, and your path toward growth and fulfillment becomes unstoppable. Not everyone deserves access to you, and that is not a limitation. It is not a limitation. It is the key to protecting your peace, nurturing your purpose, and becoming the person you were meant to be. When you guard your energy and your presence wisely, you create a life where every connection, every moment, and every relationship matters. Learning to say no without guilt is one of the most powerful skills you can develop in life. For many of us, saying no feels uncomfortable, almost like we are doing something wrong. We have been conditioned to please others, to meet expectations, to avoid conflict, and to put everyone else's needs before our own. But the truth is that every time you say yes to something that does not serve you, you are saying no to yourself. You are sacrificing your time, your energy, and your peace for someone else's benefit, often at the cost of your own growth. Saying no is not about being selfish. It is about understanding that your life, your time, and your energy are finite and precious. Quedará por, y hoy, when you begin to respect your own limits, you recognize that it is impossible to be everything for everyone. Cannot pour from an empty cup, and trying to do so only leaves you exhausted, frustrated, and resentful. Saying no is a declaration of self-respect. It is a way of protecting the space you need to focus on your dreams, your purpose, and the people who truly matter. Guilt is the biggest enemy of boundaries. It tells you that by refusing someone, you are being cruel, unkind, or uncaring. But guilt is a feeling, not a fact. The fact is that every time you overextend yourself, you create a void in your life, a void that no one else can fill but you. Learning to say no without guilt means recognizing that taking care of yourself first is not a betrayal of others. It is an act of courage, an act of wisdom, an act of love toward yourself. When you say no confidently, you teach the world how to treat you. You show that your time is valuable, that your energy is not disposable, and that your life has boundaries that deserve respect. People may not always like your no, but the people who truly respect you will understand it, and the relations that survive on respect, rather than obligation, will be stronger because of it. Saying no also creates a space for the right things to enter your life. When you stop saying yes to everything that drains you, you create a room for opportunities that elevate you. You create a room for experiences, inspire you, people who lift you, and moments that align with your true purpose. Every no becomes a yes to something bigger, something meaningful. It is not easy at first. Saying no can feel uncomfortable, even scary. But the more you practice it, the more natural it becomes. And the more you practice it, the more your energy, your time, and your peace grow. You start to realize that life does not demand that you be everywhere or please everyone. Life demands that you be true to yourself, that you honor your boundaries, and that you protect the sacred energy that fuels your growth. So learn to say no without guilt. Say calmly, firmly, and unapologetically. Say to the things, people, and habits that drain you. Say to the distractions that keep you from your purpose. Say to the pressures that weigh you down. And in doing so, you will find freedom, clarity, and the strength to say yes to the things that truly deserve your attention, your presence, and your energy. The power of no is not in rejection. It is in creating a life where every choice matters, every connection is meaningful, and every moment is aligned with who you truly are. When you embrace the no without guilt, you finally step into the life you were always meant to live. Give your energy to what truly matters. This is perhaps one of the most important lessons you will ever learn, and yet it is one of the hardest to practice. It constantly demands pieces of us, our time, our attention, our emotions, our focus. But not everything deserves a piece of your spirit. countless distractions, endless obligation, and countless people who want to pull you in directions that do not serve your growth. If you scatter your energy everywhere, if you try to respond to every demand and please every person, you will find yourself exhausted, lost, and unfulfilled. Your energy is precious and it deserves to be invested wisely. Deserves to be given to the people, projects, and purposes that lift you higher, that inspire you, and that help you move closer to the life you dream of. When you give your energy to what truly matters, you create impact, meaning, and purpose in your life. Every decision, every action, every word you speak becomes intentional. Y atento a every situación. You are focused, deliberate, and powerful. Think about the people who deserve your energy. They are the ones who encourage your growth, who celebrate your wins, who challenge you to be better without diminishing your value. The people who see your light and do not try to dim it. The people who make you feel alive and understood. These are the ones worth investing in. They will multiply your energy rather than drain it, and every moment spent with them will leave you stronger, more inspired, and more aligned with your purpose. Now think about the projects, goals, and dreams that deserve your energy. Not every opportunity is worthy of your time. Not every task deserves your effort. Focus on the things that align with your values, that push you closer to your potential, that create lasting results. When you channel your energy into what truly matters, you stop wasting time on the trivial, the shallow, and the draining. Start to see the results of focused effort, the joy of progress, and the fulfillment of meaningful achievement. Giving your energy to what truly matters also means letting go of what does not. It means saying no to people who take without giving, to distractions that lead nowhere, to habits that drain your spirit. It means creating boundaries that protect your time, your focus, and your peace. Every time you let go of what does not serve you, you make space for what does. And in space, growth, clarity, and purpose can thrive. It is too short to spend it on things that do not matter, on people who do not value you, or on moments that do not add to your story. It's the fuel for your life, and where you direct it determines the life you will create. Be intentional, be deliberate, be mindful. Decide each day, who deserves my attention? What deserves my effort? Which dreams deserve my focus? When you give your energy to what truly matters, you no longer live a life of exhaustion and distraction. You live a life of impact, intention, and fulfillment. You become a person who is not easily swayed by negativity, who is not drained by trivial matters, and who is guided by clarity, purpose, and power. Your energy is not infinite, but it is transformative when used wisely. Guarded, protected, invested in what matters most, thy immerses will be one of true strength, true peace, and true meaning. Because every ounce of energy you have went exactly where it should, into the people, dreams, and the moments that truly deserve it. And so, when we look at life with clarity, we realize a simple truth. Not everyone deserves our energy. Our time, our attention, our emotions, and our presence are sacred, and they are meant to be protected, cherished, and invested wisely. We must learn to recognize who deserves access to us, to say no without guilt, and to stop giving our energy to those who drain it. Every decision we make about where we place our focus shapes the life we are creating, either one of chaos and exhaustion, or one of purpose, growth, and peace. When we choose to give our energy only to what truly matters, to the people who uplift us, to the dreams that inspire us, and to the purpose that drives us, we step into a life of power and clarity. We stop wandering aimlessly. We stop reacting to negativity. And we stop sacrificing our peace for those who do not value it. Remember, Your energy is sacred. Guard it, protect it, and invest it with intention. Because the life you dream of, the person you aspire to become, and the peace you seek all depend on the choices you make today about where your energy flows. Choose wisely, and you will find that your world transforms, not because everything changes around you, but because you have finally learned to honor the most important force in your life,